I thought I'd do a posting on a magazine that I've just managed to root out of my shelving, took the dust off it. It's a Watchtower magazine, and the date on it is November 15, 2011. And the article in question is on page 22 and 23. Do you find joy in the privilege of kindly giving? Right. Well, I read it and then I read it again, and I'll come on to it in a second. And this is the type of thing that when we were in the organisation we would have just read and not blinked an eyelid. It's only when you're outside of the organisation and your eyes are wide open to all of the other knowledge of where all of the expense goes, where all of this money actually disappears to, that you begin to realise that there's a bit more to this than meets the eye. I mean, one of the things I've done is I've got a computer behind this particular laptop now, and I'm reading from a screen of another registered charity. Only this one is very, very different from the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. You see, the one behind me that I'm reading is extremely active in so many areas of the world, helping people. Now, it is the International Red Cross. I think we all know how wonderful the Red Cross is, that it is completely neutral, and it is worldwide. So there are certain parallels with the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society and the International Red Cross. And those parallels are that they are worldwide, and they rely on charity, and probably that's where it ends. Let me explain a little bit more. You can Google this yourselves. If you go on to the Red Cross, I just went under the section of what we do, and I've always respected the International Red Cross because they do put themselves in harm's way, and they do it because they have a real love of people. They want to get things right. They have a real sense of justice for all peoples, regardless of what they've done, regardless of who they are, every race, creed, religion. It doesn't matter to them. What they're looking for is that humanity is treated properly, and that all governments should recognise that. And because of that, they're allowed all over the place. In the most strictest, most awful war arenas, you can find the International Red Cross, because they are there to assist all sides, but without taking sides. So the witnesses might argue, well, that's what we do from a spiritual point of view. And you could argue in the past, in history, in certain countries, that is the case. But there are lots of Christian conscientious objectors that would also say the same thing, but that's another debate. Going back to the International Red Cross, what do? I'm just reading some of the things that they do here. Visiting detainees. The ICRC detention visits aim is to ensure that detainees, wherever they are treated with dignity and humanity in accordance with international norms and standards. Another one, protecting civilians. According to the Geneva Conventions of 1949 and the additional protocols of 1977, civilians and all persons not taking part in combat may under no circumstances be the object of attack and must be spared and protected. In fact, how this principle has been undermined because the civilian population, particularly since the Second World War, has suffered most of the consequences of armed violence. So they're very much involved with that. Safeguarding healthcare. And the Healthcare in Danger projects aims to address the impact of illegal and sometimes violent acts that obstruct the delivery of healthcare, damage or destroy facilities and vehicles, and injure or kill healthcare workers and patients in armed conflicts and other emergencies. So they're there to help the helpers, That's how wonderful this charity really is. They help the helpers. That's how deep and how sincere they'll go, and they'll put their lives on the line for this, and make no mistake, they do, all over the world. Another one, health. The goal of the International Red Cross is health unit activities is to give people affected by conflict access to basic preventative and curative healthcare that meets universally recognised standards. And so it goes on. Just reading a bit more here, if I can just get my cursor to come down. Building respect for the law, and working within international law, protecting people as they go. You've got things like the hostels in Colombia. They're helping to reduce school dropout rates in conflict areas by helping the children, by encouraging the children to educate themselves. I could go on. There's so much more here. Just moving down a bit further. Other things that they do is you've got I've already mentioned the detainees, protecting civilians, reuniting families. Interesting one, that one, isn't it? Reuniting families. Interesting, that one. I think we could all show something very different with the other charity I'm about to talk about. Ensuring economic security, water and habitat, health in prisons, first aid and hospital care, physical rehabilitation, primary health care, dialogue with weapon bearers, advisory services, education and outreach, safeguarding health care, mine action, humanitarian diplomacy and communication, private sector relations, developing of hospitals, and social research on war, and it goes on and on and on. All the things they do. Do you think they're worth a few quid from our pockets? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you know what? When we were witnesses, I would never have donated to these people. No, no, no. No, you see, this is all going. This is all temporary. So therefore, why would I donate any money towards it? Even though these very people might be helping witnesses somewhere in the world. But no, I wouldn't have helped these people, and neither would anybody in my congregation do that. Why? Well, let's go back to this article from the Watchtower, November 15, and guess what? This is a study article, okay? This is the one that is reviewed and studied within the grazing of the sheep within their kingdom halls. And on page 22, it's talking about the privilege of kindly giving. We have to remember that this is a registered charity. And as a result, you'd think with every registered charity they rely on donations. I heard one of the governing body on a video the other day saying that they don't ask for money like the churches do. No, they don't ask for money. They ask for a lot more than that. Not just your soul and your spirit they take away, but they take everything financially from you if you're gullible enough to follow their route. Ways in which some choose to give. And first of all, they're talking about the congregation of Philippi and how they helped the Apostle Paul and the Macedonian brothers were experiencing affliction and deep poverty. They heard about the need of persecuted Christians in Jerusalem and wanted to help them. Paul testified that this was really beyond their actual ability, yet he wrote, "They kept begging us with much entreaty for the privilege of kindly giving." In other words, they gave them everything they had, or so it seems, when they were already impoverished themselves. And so based on that parallel, in the modern world, they've managed to connect that to themselves and base it on the following. So I'm going to quote it bit by bit and maybe just add a few comments as we go. But ways in which some choose to give. And this is the article, okay? This is the article here. Contributions to the worldwide work. Many set aside or budget an amount that they place in the contribution boxes labelled worldwide work. Each congregation, each month, congregations forward these amounts to the office of Jehovah's Witnesses that serves their respective countries. Okay, so let's stop there for a second. What we've got there is that donations are being put through into the boxes and off they go to their respective countries, and you'd expect that to be the case with any charitable church or registered charity. But does it stop there? Is that it? So your local visitors to the Kingdom Hall add a few quid to the boxes, and away it goes. No, that's just the start of it. Now let's read a bit further. Voluntary donations of money may also. So now that you've donated into the Kingdom Hall, we need you to do a little bit more. So you can donate money and send it to the International Bible Students Association, IBSA House, Ridgeway, London. For the UK this is. Okay, so there we've got 2 levels of donations now, but they want you to, if that's not enough, we want some through this channel as well. Let's read on. Voluntary donations specified in the sections below can also be sent to the branch office of Jehovah's Witnesses that serves your country. Cheques sent to the above address should be made payable to the IBSA. So okay, that's where you're sending your cheques now. Right, you ready for the next bit? Jewellery. Oh yes, jewellery. Especially Grandma's jewellery. Well, she's not going to need it anymore, is she? It's getting old now. Is that what they're getting out here? Watches, necklaces, jewellery. They want all of your jewellery. Why do they want your jewellery? On top of your cheques and on top of your donations in your Kingdom Hall, they now want your jewellery? They want your jewellery? Next part. Or other valuables may be donated as well. A brief letter stating that such items are an outright gift should accompany these contributions. Oh, I bet they do. I bet they have to be sent with a letter. Do you know why that is? Because if some individual maybe is reaching the maturity of their life and they're about to pass away, maybe there's family members, some of them might not even be in the organisation, that might have valued that jewellery for sentimental reasons, might have valued it for themselves, to pay for a funeral maybe. All sorts of reasons why family keep hold of valuables. There are lots of reasons. But now this organisation wants your jewellery, it wants your valuables, it wants your cheques, and it wants your donations as well in the Kingdom Hall. Is that enough? No. Let's read on. Conditional donation arrangement. Money may be placed in trust with the branch office. Let me read that bit again. Money may be placed in trust with the branch office. However, upon request, the funds will be returned. For more information, contact the Treasurer's Office by writing to the address noted below or by telephoning. Do you know what? I think I might telephone at some point in the future. So what they're doing then, from this particular point, is that they're becoming a bank. It must be. But can you trust that? Imagine you've got £1 million you want to donate to them. Does that mean you can get that £1 million back with interest? They're just going to give you it back. I'm sure that they will give you it back if you're asking for it, but why are they asking for it in the first place? It's not their money. What are they going to do with it? Use it for interest? Live off the interest? I'm sure that's what it is. But anyway, instead of you making some interest on your money, you're going to hand it over to the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society, and they're going to use that money, but if you want it back, you can have it back. That's nothing short of a bank, if you ask me. Remember, this is a registered church we're talking about here. So what have we established so far? Monthly contributions from the Kingdom Hall, checks sent to the Bible students in London. They want your jewellery. They also want all your valuables. They want you to hand over any spare money you've got, and you can have it back when you ask for it. Just give it to us. Is there any more to this? Well, as a matter of fact, there is. So here they are, working out ways they can get more money out of the sheep. Tax-effective giving. If you are a taxpayer living in Britain, methods of tax-effective giving are explained in the leaflet supporting the worldwide work with tax-effective giving, which is available from your congregation. I bet it is. These include insurance. Well, of course. International Bible Students Association may be named as the beneficiary of a life insurance policy or a retirement pension plan. They want your insurance policies now. They want your life insurance, your retirement and pension plans. So if you die in service, if they're named as the beneficiary, they get all the money. All of it goes straight to them, to the worldwide work. To the worldwide work. Insurance. Is that it? Have I finished? No, I haven't. There's more. Stocks and bonds. Stocks and bonds may be donated to International Bible Students Association. They want your stocks and they want your bonds. Have I finished? No, I haven't. There's more. Real estate. Saleable real estate may be donated, either by making an outright gift or, in the case of residential property, by reserving a life interest to the donor who can continue to live therein during his or her lifetime. Contact the branch office before conveying any real estate. So if you own your own home, they want that too. Oh yes. But you can carry on living there. Isn't that nice of them? But on your death, it belongs to them. Not family members, not sons and daughters, not sisters, brothers, uncles. It belongs to them. They want it, not your family. Bequests is another one. Property or money may be bequeathed to International Bible Students Association by means of a legally executed will. For further advice on this, you can obtain the leaflet Making a Bequest Supporting the Worldwide Work of Jehovah's Witnesses from your congregation. Wow. I don't think there is anything else that they could squeeze out of their people, is there? They've got you on every single angle. And you won't see that in a public magazine going on the front door. Oh no, no. This is to close down those individuals within the Kingdom Halls and shake the money box, the piggy bank, and keep shaking it, and shake it again, and shake it again. Because it's amazing how many people would actually throw everything at the organisation based on the request of it saying it so in a Watchtower magazine, because they are in Watchtower. Think they think they're doing the right thing. Highly dangerous. I wanted to share that with the world outside because I'll be very interested in your comments. It seems they've covered every single angle here. But going back to that governing body member that said that they don't ask for money, I'm going to try very hard not to swear here. But he's a liar. A blatant liar. Not only are they asking for donations, but they're asking for every single avenue that you could possibly think of to get money out of you. And it's very clear also that this money that you're donating is never reported to you on where it's going to end up. They call it the worldwide work, but actually all of the worldwide work is done by volunteers, and they now own billions and billions and billions of dollars. It is reported that they are in the top 40 richest organizations in New York alone. That is a very heavy puncher financially, and yet here they are asking for your real estate, your jewelry. Where does it end? I'll leave it there, but we all know that this is corrupt. We know it needs to be exposed. We want it out there to be discussed and debated, and so I'm asking for any comments on that. If anybody out there thinks that I'm very wrong in pointing this out, please let me know. But to me, it needs to be exposed, and we will keep doing that. Lots of prayers. Bye for now.